What's up, everybody? Malik here, aka the Grave Robber, coming at you with a little update vlog, I guess. I want to talk to you guys because one, it's been a while since I put out a video. It's been several months, and two, because there's a lot of stuff that's been weighing on my mind that I've not really spoke to anyone about. So I'm gonna do my best to relay that information to this video. So to begin with, I moved house. I don't know if I've spoke to you guys since I moved. I don't think I have, because I think the last video I posted was the very first of the year, and it was this, updated fucking optimistic video, and I had high hopes. Things didn't quite work out the way I wanted to, but some things did. Like, I moved into a new house. I got out of that rundown, insect-infested mold forest, I guess is the way to put it. I got a nicer place. It's not really bigger or anything like that. It's just nicer. It's also double the rent, which made things a little bit more complicated. I was without a vehicle there for a while, but thanks to tax money, I was able to get another one, even though it's, a hand-me-down beater, as I call them. It's not a great car, but it runs, gets me from point A to point B, so not complaining there. All of the stress over the last couple of years, and especially the last year, played a toll on me physically and mentally. It got to the point that I was contemplating killing myself over and over and over and over, and I still struggle with that thought. And every time I have to pull myself back from that curve, because it gets to the point where I'm just sitting here and I'm like, it'd be easy. I could do it right now. I should do it right now. And then I have to remember my kids, the few friends I have left, just anything to kind of like anchor me and hold me here. And it's not been easy. And I know that anybody that's dealing and struggling with similar things knows this battle. They know how hard it is. They know how difficult it is to pull yourself back from that ledge when you're right there and you have the urge to jump. But other than playing the mental game and driving me insane, or more insane, I ended up in the hospital a week ago. A little over a week ago. Something like that. It's like 2 weeks ago, give or take. And I was having chest pains, and I was getting dizzy, and I was having severe headaches, and like it was in the same spot. It would run up the back of my neck and into my head, and it was debilitating. And it was getting to the point that like I was experiencing numbness and stuff like that. And so I finally broke down and went to the hospital after several days of this reoccurring event. And I was in there for 2 days. They ended up keeping me in observation, and they did all kinds of stress tests and blood tests and vitals and everything else, and radiation and all this other stuff, trying to figure out what's going on. And even though they said there's no clots and aneurysms, they still can't explain what's causing the identical migraines. And it's not like in one spot or the other. It's the same spot over and over and over again as soon as my heart rate rises to a certain point. And then they started looking elsewhere in my chest and everything else, and they started to notice that there's an issue with my heart. And my heart rate, even when I'm at rest, sleeping, laying down, doing nothing physical, my heart rate is extremely high. And it's dangerous, to the point they're afraid I'm either going to have a stroke or a heart attack. So they've got me on these medications called metoprolol, and it's supposed to keep my heart rate down. But they do work. They do what they're supposed to do. But I got another job in February, and I'm working at a place that I used to work at 5 years ago. But I'm in a different area, and this job is the most physical job in this building. And I know why they hired me to do it, because just like everybody else that's over there, we're a bunch of big guys. And 10 years ago, that would have been fine, because I hadn't really had to deal with my back and my leg as much as I do now, because, it's a decade, so it's just gotten worse and deteriorated. And, of course, since I have degenerative disc disease, my back's gotten a lot worse. And I can't keep up with the young guys that are there. Like, there's several guys that are a decade younger than me or more. And I cannot keep up with those guys. Because, yeah, I can still do the work, but I have to mentally tell myself to keep on going because my back and my leg or my head or my heart or whatever is screaming at me, but I can't show it outside. I have to just keep pushing through it. But I know mentally and logically I can't keep up with these guys. And I mean, they're great workers. It's nothing like that. It's just I can't keep up with them anymore. And that medication is fighting to keep my heart rate down, but while I'm working, my heart rate is shooting up because I'm constantly moving, lifting, bending, everything, and the heat doesn't help because now that it's warming up and it's spring here, it may only be 65, 70 degrees outside, but inside it feels like it's 190. And then during the summertime, it gets way worse in that building because when I worked there 5 years ago, it was hotter than hell, but thanks to me working in the back and doing less physical activity, and I was sitting down most of the time working with my hands, I could deal with the heat and I could put a fan in front of me and kind of manage that way. But with this kind of job, up and moving around a lot, it makes it more difficult, but that is constantly fighting my medication. So there's this opposition back and forth of my blood pressure trying to rise and the medicine trying to keep it down, and it's just up and down and up and down, and it makes me fucking sick. And it was a week ago, I think, I went and filed for disability. I don't know if I'll be approved or how long it'll take before they tell me yes or no, but I'm hoping that I can get something like that. That way I don't have to rely so much on this physical job. I'll get a paycheck every month through disability, but I can still work up to 20 hours a week. So that means I can still work. I don't have to sit on my ass at home because that will drive me insane. But I can still go to work and still have money coming in. I won't have to worry about it too much like I do now. I have to take every hour I can get because now that I moved and everything else and I'm still paying all these bills by myself, I have to take up every hour I can get just to get by. Don't smoke, kids. I'm a bad influence, but that's one of the things I need to kick because that doesn't help my heart either. And they told me that, but I'm stubborn and a fucking addict, so I still smoke. But yeah, I'm trying to deal with all this stuff, and then with all the old stress and now the new stress, and knowing that I actually have a medical condition going on with my heart, it makes things difficult because then you're faced with your own mortality and you realize that anything can kill you, your emotions, your physical job, whatever the case may be. And I've had to make changes in my life. I've had to cut people out. I've had to have a different mentality, and it's really fucking hard to do. And so it's just playing hell with me. And I know that I've got people to turn to, but I've always been difficult to talk to and difficult for me to open up. I'm more of just an introvert. I keep everything to myself, and I deal with my stuff, and I bottle it and bottle it and bottle it until I explode. But it's always been my way. And I don't know. It's been a rough year. Just dealing with the stress of finances, the stress of losing people in my life that meant worlds to me, and now they're not here. It's been almost a year now. That's been one of the most difficult things to deal with. And I mean, I still have my other friends to turn to, and they've been a great help in trying to keep me on the straight and narrow, I guess you could say. I don't know. I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys and let you know what's going on. And, yeah. So, thank you for listening. Yeah. Always remember, maximum effort. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.